now, but she's up.
Joe. Greetings, everyone. Greetings, Andrew, Candace, Janet. Joe, where you at, Joe? I see your PowerPoint. Joe, where you at, man? We can't hear you. You got to unmute.
Coach Williams, you there?
I'm here, bro. I'm here.
All right, my man. Hey, look, I'm trying to do deals over here, man. You talking, calling out my name, the lady, she on like, who is that in the back? I'm like, I'm getting ready to do a Zoom. So hey, I got out of it, but man, you trying to get me in trouble over here.
Look here, I'm just trying to see what's going on, man. Because you didn't pull the picture up, telling everybody about subject to, you know what I'm saying? Tell them about your book you got coming out. And then you ain't nowhere to be found.
That's right. Hey, look, it's been one hectic last couple of days. You know, we went out to LA, looking at some opportunities there. As we know that it's definitely not a place I want to live. Definitely not a place I want long-term rentals. But taking a look at the short-term market, the Airbnb, vacation by owners, what is the furnished finders, corporate rentals, things like that. So it gave me an opportunity to really, get an understanding of the different dynamics from the East, where you're at, the South, and the West. So excited about that opportunity there. And while you mentioned that, the book, Subject to Real Estate Financing, for those that aren't familiar with what that actual strategy is, it's an amazing concept, and this is a concept that I'm actually in the process of trying to execute in LA right now. Beautiful property. But what subject to financing is when the seller of a home agrees to allow you to take ownership of their home and leave the existing mortgage in place. Right? So let me repeat that. The seller of the property says, Joe, you can have my property and I'm going to deed it over to you. Okay. My end, I do a promise to pay their mortgage. I don't assume their mortgage, because loan assumption and promise to pay is two totally different things. So loan assumption, I would have to go through the approval with their bank to absorb, then I take on the loan. In this transaction, subject to, I don't do that. I just promise to pay the loan. So it's some amazing opportunities out there. It's hard work, it's clever work to be able to do that, to pull off a deal that way, but it can be done. It can be done. And in my book that's coming out first of the year, Subject to Real Estate Financing, it's all geared around to, hey, no money, no credit, no problem. All right, let me repeat that. No money, no credit, no problem. If you have money, you have credit, hey, you don't have a problem. If you don't have any money, you don't have any credit, you still don't have a problem if you learn how to execute these techniques. And when I share this with you here, I want you to know that, hey, these aren't like beat up properties either. Okay. So this is not saying that, let me see if I can actually pull it up here. This is not saying that it's a hole in the wall, that the owner of the home just walking away saying, the hell with this house, I don't want this hole. No, it's not that. These can be some really, really good quality products here. So let me see. Can you guys see, or you can still see this, Coach Williams?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. So this is a property here that we're executing a subject to on right now. We're actually scheduled to close this one here in 2 weeks. But if you take a look at the house, nothing's wrong with the house at all. It's a 3-bedroom house, 2-bath, 2-car garage, swimming pool, and it has a guest house. So you take a look at the house. That you go in there. Is this somewhere you will live, Coach?
Absolutely.
Definitely somewhere I would live. In fact, instead of leasing this property out as a long-term rental, we're going to do a short-term rental strategy on this one. And short-term again goes back to, we furnished a place, Airbnb, vacation by owners, and things like that. But you see, nothing's wrong with this property here. Now it is a little bit of work to be done, and I'll show you some of the work. Nice kitchen. Look at it. Look, you could tell I was excited about this here. If I could find this photo here. I was excited about that refrigerator. Hey, look, man, that refrigerator better than one I have in my house. I mean, it is. And I was thinking, should I like pack this up and take this to my house? But nah, I'm not going to do it. I thought about it, but I'm not going to do it. But, like almost moving in ready, automatically go in, start making some money. Now, the bedroom needs some carpet in there or some new wood floors, touch up paint. But overall, this baby here is ready to go. Change some light bulbs, furnish this sucker, and she ready. She's ready. Let me show you this backyard. All right. So, yep, got a beautiful swimming pool. We've gone through. I just went ahead and because I know I'm closing on it, I went ahead and got all this stuff taken out because it's when it comes to landscaping, you have a backyard this size, it's better to get it now. Because if you let that thing become a true jungle back there, it's going to cost you almost double. So I invested a couple $100 in this. And so, hey, if the seller backed out, okay, I'm out a couple $100. But if it doesn't back out, I hit the jackpot. That's the guest house right there. Nothing fancy like that. But let me see if I can actually show you guys this right here. So what's very unique about this property here, Coach, is that it's a house right here. No, that's the guest house. Let me see here. It's a house up right here in this yard right here. We actually own that property we picked up via subject to. And then it's another property that's walking distance from this one. Now, that's not a subject to transaction, but is one that we actually acquired in that same neighborhood. So it's some great things going on. What we would like to do ultimately is to share with you guys these exact same techniques. You can go out and implement these strategies, and start building a legacy, a portfolio, or even maybe just doing fix and flip, some quick cash. But our goal is to help you guys to get to that next level, whether that's you have experience or you don't have any experience at all. All right, whether you're rookie or you're veteran, each one teach one here. Speaking to Coach today, hey, he taught me something, today. He was speaking to me yesterday and followed up today and said, hey, I spoke to your guy. I appreciate you sending her over. She fixed up my leases and boom, 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 and exact same thing. We just continue to go back and forth, challenge each other, encourage one another. And that's what this platform is here for. We are here to be coaches, to be mentors, to assist you guys with taking those steps, whether it's your first step, next step. That's what we're here for. All right, Coach, it's all yours. We do have some questions here. Oh, I see you, Janet. Janet, we still have to get together. Can you send me your number? Can you DM me your number on IG? And then I'll shoot you a text, and we'll set up a call from there. Candace, good evening to you. All right, Coach.
Oh, you putting it on me? I thought you were gonna do your thing tonight.
Oh well, hey, all right. I tell you what, let's just do this here. Any topics that anyone would like for us to discuss, you have two options. You can speak now and share it, whether it's wholesaling, fix and flip, this creative financing techniques, or you can speak it, or you can type it in the chat box there, and then we'll try to do our best to get to it. All right. So is anyone out there with anything that they would like for us to just to discuss before we get started?
Yes, Joe, I have a question for you guys. So I'm running.
Hey, hello.
Hey, Joe. Hey, LT. Hey, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. So, okay, it's coming up on the end of the year where those of us who do have properties on Airbnb have to get the permit completed if we want to continue using that service next year. So I'm going through the process, and they're asking for one of the first steps to be getting an occupational license. Now, this is more just as far as business in general. And I guess maybe I should have been done this since I have an LLC. But my question is, having a LLC with rental properties, I know I was told you do not have to have a certificate of occupancy for that. But it sounds like you do still need an occupational license and a sales tax and use license and maybe a state sales tax number. Do you guys know anything about getting set up with those I guess areas of government when starting your business?
Man, Coach, what do you know? I can tell you what I know. Oh, I think you're on mute, Coach.
Yeah, now I haven't did the short term yet, so you ahead of us. We're waiting on you to take the lead on that Airbnb part, because you've been researching that and that's your field. I do long term. I don't do that short term, so I am not as knowledgeable, and we depend on you for that one. But you can, Joe.
And I definitely want to take the lead on being able to give you guys and share the information once I get it. But this aspect may be whether you're doing short-term rentals or not. It sounds like you need to have an occupational license if you have a business in the city, and you have to have your sales tax permits.
Well, man, that's pretty interesting to me for us to, need a sales tax whenever, we're not selling anything.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. That's why I never applied for one.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. If that's the case, it's the city is going to make a lot of money and a lot of people upset.
I hate to interrupt you guys, but I mean, I'm Diana, but I've done Airbnb and VRBO, and I have never, as of yet, unless some city ordinance, heard about any of that. And the other thing is, what you're talking about an occupancy situation. I've sold for corporate for years, and to get an occupancy to me is businesses. That is like a commercial business. So I've never had to, I've rented houses on my, and I've done, like I say, the VRB and the Airbnb, and I've done a couple other ones too. I can't remember. But at any rate, never have I ever been asked. And that's what Dallas, I think, is trying to, I don't know. They've brought it up a few times, but unless it becomes some sort of a city ordinance, yeah, I've never heard of that.
I'm with
And
you there.
don't we get enough of their code enforcement stuff? Seriously, that they could make enough money off of just code enforcement and all the other stuff. Come on. Anyway,
Exactly.
that's just what I know.
Well,
No.
my LLC is a business, and that's I guess what they're saying is if you have a business in the city, then you need to go through these steps.
Yeah, that's so it's
That's why I'm asking, is anybody else that has a rental property business have an occupational license?
no,
And
the only time I've gotten occupation certificates is whenever I was going through a big renovation project. That was the only time. Now here in certain parts of Texas, they're big on, before, if you're doing renovations, they're big on ensuring that you get that certificate. You know, they're big on that. But it's
now,
not
is that apartments? Is that like, I'm sorry, is that apartments or multi?
No, it's single family. And as I was sharing
okay.
with you, that's if you're like pulling permits and you're going through an extensive renovation.
Gotcha.
That's whenever I've ran into that. But small minor projects, you're not moving plumbing, electrical, walls,
or especially structural and things like that. Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
Yes, ma'am.
Makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I mean, your business is real estate, but it still goes in that little compartment of a real estate bit. I can't see that it would. I mean, you may have. I've never heard anyone. I've talked to a lot of people that are doing these, and like I said, I've experienced it, and I have not seen it yet. I've heard of them trying to do it, but not yet.
Right. It's keep us posted, Priscilla, with your findings, as we would definitely be interested in continuing to learn about this sector, as some of us are going to be brand new to Airbnb. And some of us are still have some experience and just like, what the heck is that? So please keep us in the loop with your findings.
okay, will do.
Thank you, man. Look at that book right there. Why wait to be great? Man, invest now to grow your future.
Look at man, you out there
where can I get a copy for everyone on this call? I want to order a copy for everyone on this call and send it directly to them.
Okay, then.
Love that title.
Now, we need your John Hancock on each one.
Look, everyone, since Joe talking about his book is coming out soon, honestly, I listened to my eyes a day. I sent it off to get proofread, and I am proud with the product, so it should be coming out very soon. So why wait to be great? Invest now and grow your future. Look at it. It's going to be a great book. That's not going to be the book cover. That's one of my book covers. That's one I can find on this computer. But looking forward to you all hearing my story, why I got started, some of the deals I did, and how you can get started and how you can change. And the book is really for middle school students on up, because we try to help kids to learn their best early.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
It is.
Sounds great.
Kudos, brother. Kudos. Hey, do me a favor really quick, LT. I know as we continue to transition and move forward here, share with those that are on the call right now why right now is an excellent opportunity to start in real estate.
So as long as you know someone that's been married for a while and unhappy, you have a person that's probably two people about to get divorced. That's a person you can help. You have several people with COVID-19 issues and concerns, whether it be someone passed and they inherit a house that they was not expecting, and they're ready to get rid of that house because they live in California and the house is in Louisiana. Whether it be a thunderstorm that came through, like Hurricane Katrina and all the other hurricanes that went through and tornadoes that went through Louisiana and tore everything up. And the people got the little cash and they cash and dash. All right. Whether it be someone is sick, they're a little older right now and they're sick and they know that they only have 2 or 3 years left to live. And they're like, hey, I'm ready to sell everything to get rid of it so I can get out. I can live my best life. I know I'm got terminal illness. Whether it be someone that started investing like myself at a younger age, and then I get to 55 and I say, you know what, my kids don't want my properties, and I have 30 properties, and I want out the business, but my kids don't want it, my significant other don't want it, and nobody else want it. So what I need to do is find someone like Joe or someone like anyone on this call that want to be my Cadillac ride out. Right? So I'm gonna sell it to you for a cheap price. I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna give you a great deal because I want out the business and my family don't want it.
Right.
I got a house and hey, COVID-19 hit, I lost my job. COVID-19 hit and they did pay cuts and I had to go find a new job, and the new job don't pay as much as the old job. So now I'm barely making it. Oh, I got behind on my bills. So right now, real estate is good because you can help someone with an issue and you can help them out of that problem.
Right. I like it, man. I like it. You know, to echo what you're sharing, is that right now the market is it's crazy right now. As you guys have seen and heard that, you know, sellers right now are making, you know, extremely well, you know, great profits from selling their homes. And buyers right now, they're overpaying, you know, thousands of dollars in some cases, you know, more for their home because they want to capitalize on the opportunity of home ownership with low interest rates. Okay, because eventually one day the interest rates will rise again. They want to capitalize on that. And this is the challenge. It's not just people like us who are here on the calls that want to get in real estate. Right now, we have to compete with the trust funds, you know, with these other groups out there that have the capital available to where they can go and they can purchase and buy up a whole community. And you may ask, why are they doing that? Yes, because money is cheap. Also, because of population growth. They understand that right now, as a country, we're 3.5 million single family homes behind. I'll repeat that, 3.5 million single family homes behind. Now, that's new construction. We're not speaking about, hey, look, I don't know what the number is for, you know, the pieces of junk that's out there that's not occupiable, you know, to where you can't live in. So they factor that, we could be even more behind. So they understand that, okay, perfect. I can get a property, I can get a low interest rate, I can maximize on my earning potential year over year over year. LT, how much do you increase your rent every single year?
Hey man, you gotta be giving my ninja tricks out.
Come on, man. Give it out, man.
Look, ninja tricks.
This is what we do.
So look here, y'all. This is a deal. You know, you work for the government or you work for a regular job. How many of you get a 1% raise or a 2% raise a year on your job every year, no matter what? How many of you get it? Not many people, right? And if they do give you a 1% or 2% raise, what happens with they do? The insurance go up, right? So the little money you get more, then they're gonna take it back and then they're gonna tax you more because you're getting taxed on the amount of money you make, right? So real estate is an area where you can control that. So if you have a rental agreement and you have a 2%, a 1%, or 3%, then guess what? If you have 5 houses, that's called the power of compound. You got a credit card. A real estate business is a credit card business. You buy the house year one, you charging $500. They redo their lease the next year, you charging $515. You redo the lease, they lease the third year, 3% or 2% times that $15, that $515. You see how that compound interest going?
Right.
So the thing about it is, if you want to retire early, you can do that by coming up with a number in your head of how much money you want to make a month. You find out how much rent you can get for those properties, and then you average it out. And if I want to eat 10 houses, okay, that's called Morris Clayton or Clayton Morris. I can't remember, it's Morris Clayton or Clayton Morris. Look him up. He talked about freedom number, and you can look up your freedom number and figure out your freedom number, and then you can find out what it takes for you to retire, and you can replace your salary with rent houses, and then you can quit working. And now the rental properties is paying for your life. So,
hey, I echo that. I echo that, brother. I echo that because right now my monthly rents covers all of my living expenses right now, all of my living expenses and some. Okay, so I'm continuing to grow, but to sum it up, hey, these hedge funds, these investors, they know that cash is cheap right now, so they buy. They got low interest rates, and as LT suggested, hey, 3% every single year. So imagine if you're making that $500, this year, next year, and next year, your monthly note is still the same because you have a low interest rate. But if you got 10, 15 properties, you can go from making $500 to $900 with no additional effort just by owning. So that's why a lot of investors right now are diving into the real estate game right now. So for us, we want to teach you guys, share you guys how to be very creative, how to find properties off market, because once they get on market, hey, look, we're competing no longer with Zillow, but we're competing with Reddit. We're competing with Open Door and several other sources out there that are still buying. Other real estate investment trusts that we've never heard of that are still actively buying. So we want to teach you guys how to find these properties off market, as well as if some properties are on market, how to identify them, how to pick up the phone, have a conversation to where now you can inherit these properties. I'll share with you guys a story. Today, I received a call from, actually it was a family member. She called me. This is word of mouth. They know what I do. She called and she said, hey, Joe, cuz I need your help. All right, what do you got? Tenant just moved out of my property and left it trashed. Okay. Yeah, I got it. What do you need? Hey, I need a crew that can go in and get it ready again. Okay, I'll take care of that. Tell me, what do you rent your property out for? She said, I rent it for $1,200 a month. Okay. All right. Is it a 3-bed, 2-bath? Yes, sir, it is. 2-car garage? It is. Where is it located? She gave me the location. Said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll get your property renovated, ready to go on the market, and I'm going to rent the property from you. Really? Yes, I'll rent the property from you. Oh, wow. Okay. No. That's great. I said, you know what else? I'll make it even more sexier for you. I'm going to handle all repairs after we get the property together. What? And if the property is vacant, I'm going to handle. She was just like, oh my God, what's the catch? What's the catch? So I wish I had something to pass you, but I don't. So I said, so it's nothing to catch. I'm just going to rent the property from you. The only time that we will need for you to make a repair is if it's an insurance claim that need to have. So meaning you have to file a claim for the roof needs to be replaced. Let's say if it was a fire in the home, things like that. And essentially what I'm going to do, she's going to lease me the property via a corporal rental. And in return, she's going to allow me to sublease the property to other clients. All right. So I get control of the asset. I don't own it, but I get control of the asset. I pay her because I'm taking care of repairs. I pay her $1,125 a month. On the flip side, I'll be able to rent that property out for $1,500 a month. Okay. $1,125 to $1,500. She makes the repairs up front. Then from there, I manage the actual asset. She's happy because she never has to receive a phone call about, issues anymore, about people moving out. Right now, whoever moved out, they left water on the floor. She got hardwood floors, so it buckled up. Now, here's the thing: they don't make the floors anymore, so all the floors have to be removed. All the floors have to be removed. So hey, here comes Captain Saver Joe. I come in. Hey, don't even worry about it no more. We're gonna do this one time. We're gonna be done. So she gets what she wants. I get what I want. The end customer, client, renter gets what they want. We want to teach you guys those types of techniques. All right. So matter of fact, let's speak about Priscilla. I know you're working on are you working on seller finance?
I was working with a partner who had an opportunity to do a subject to deal. And I was really excited about it. However, she's kind of preoccupied with several other things right now.
Okay.
And she says part of the problem is that the homeowner needs to do a loan modification. So she's been waiting for the bank to send him the forms for him to go ahead and get the loan modification process moving. And so that's kind of been in the works for like several weeks now. So at this point, I'm just kind of like waiting on them to do their part to see if we are gonna move forward with doing the deal together or not.
Okay. Well, let me offer you some encouragement. Don't give up. Okay. When you're dealing with financial institutions such as banks, they are it's not a shot at them, but they're slow. And the reason why, because they could have hundreds of these things coming in on a daily basis, right? So what they do is like anything else, it goes to someone's desk, an underwriter's desk. Then it has to be wait for it to be processed. After it's processed, they mail it out. Now, when they mail it out, that could take 25, 30 days before that letter goes out. All right. So here's a more proactive approach, because I love loan modifications, repayment plans, short. So I love those things. I get like so hyped for it. So do you know what bank that the property is financed through?
I don't. She's handling that whole side of everything, and so I don't recall which bank she's with.
Okay, so just to give you some just some info, because she's handling that side. Basically, you can call that bank. You can, and I actually have this already. You can ask them to email, to fax, or to find out if it's available to where you can download online. Okay, so I actually have a mortgage assistant application that I actually sell, and it's a one-time purchase. I think we charge like $19 for it, $19.99. You just buy, and it has the checklist of everything that's needed. Okay. All the forms, it's a universal borrower's assistance form. Okay. Now you can send it. Sometimes they'll come back and say, "Hey, we need it on our quote unquote document." But the best thing about that is once you officially initiates the process, it halts everything. All collections attempts, all any type of auctions, potential auctions that can be scheduled. It halts it all. Okay, so that's the best thing. But they have to get information. All right, they have to receive that information. Okay. So if you guys need some additional assistance with that, reach out to me. And hey, we'll walk through that coaching. We'll coach you guys all the way through it. But don't give up. It's an amazing opportunity there. Amazing opportunity. I want you guys to see it all the way through to the end. And I just completed a packet that probably took me 12 months, longest ever. US Bank, they're very large, and they also have a lot of challenges, but it's possible. I stayed with it, got all the way through it to the end, modified the loan. The guy was, I think he was like 18,000 behind. His mortgage at the time was like 1175, somewhere in there. And right now, modified his loan, paying under $800 a month.
Wow.
And that property rents out for $1,350.
That's a good spread.
Yeah. It's an amazing opportunity. Now I'll have to invest, probably, $7,000 to get the property together because it's been vacant for a while. But hey, I get a house for $7,000.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Now, here's the thing. All right. Is anyone on here? You could just, raise your hand or whatever. Anyone on here don't have $7,000 and still want to know how you can get that deal done? Right? Exactly. There you go. All right, cool. Let me speak to you then, Priscilla. So you have the opportunity, right? It's right here. The seller has agreed. All right. You've handled the bank. Now you have you need $7,000 to get this property ready to go. All right. This is what you do. All right. Two options. One, you find a cash investor, someone who can invest, all right, into the transaction. Okay. And you offer them a return on their investment. So the return on their investment, it comes down to what you're comfortable with and what they're comfortable with. It could be ownership in the property, which I would say I wouldn't offer ownership in the property. Or it could be a return on their money, a set percentage, a 20, 30, whatever percent that you set. Okay. So now you may say, hey, I know some people that have the money, but they may not want to use it. Okay. Well, see if they're willing to leverage their credit. And if they have a credit card, because you're going to need some materials, a large part of that 7,000 is going to be materials. Okay. And then maybe you could float the rest. They could float the, 5,000 on the material. You float the 2,000 on the labor. Done. Right. So that's one option. Another option, you go put a sign in the front yard that says rent to own. Rent to own. All right. Well, rent to own, somebody's really going to want to, rent to own this property here that needs a lot of work. Yeah. You can go rent to own with a $7,000 down payment. Or with, hey, you make the repairs. You move right on in. So those are two clever, creative ways to where you can, close that deal. I'll tell you guys the one I would do. What I would do is I would find a cash investor, Now here's the thing, and I would get that property ready to go. I would offer that cash investor a return on their money. Then once I have the property ready to go, I will then do a lease purchase. So pending where you're at, lease purchases, they get anywhere from 6 months to 24 months to actually purchase the property. So I would offer that lease purchase. What would I offer that lease purchase for? The amount that I owe that cash investor. So at the end of the transaction, beginning of your ownership, you could be in and out with very little resources of your own other than time. Right? Anyone have any questions about that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I do have a question. Let me understand this. So, okay, so Priscilla, so I'm trying to understand for sure. So why is she doing a loan modification? Is that, or you're trying to buy this property and she's doing a loan modification, or did I miss this? I must have missed a step.
Yeah,
we didn't share that, but yes, Priscilla, go right ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, so we are trying to acquire the property through a subject to deal, which what is that Joe's book is going to be about?
Yes.
I can't wait to get that book. I need the book right now. Let me know when it's ready. So, because that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to acquire the property from the homeowner through a subject to deal without having to pay for the property outright, because the property is in early pre-foreclosure type of stage. And so the seller needs to do a loan modification to be able to hold on to the property while we are in a process of trying to acquire it from him, and to make sure that loan payment gets down to an amount that we are able to pay when we take over the payments without him still being $15,000 behind, which I think he's somewhere
Gotcha.
up in that range.
And I was just there, like literally in 2019. I give you. Now, I don't know if you've delved or dove in this far, but if they gave them are they trying to prove to the bank when they do this modification that they're able to pay this money back? Because I went through this with the mortgage company, so I have a little bit of both sides actually. So that's why I was curious.
Great question.
Yeah.
So yes. So whenever you do the loan modification, so this is like, oh my gosh, I love this. Yeah, I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. So when you do a loan modifications, it's two kinds of loan modifications. One, let's just to sum it up, you have the regular way, which is basically documented. So meaning that you have to provide them with all of your finances. So typically they'll ask for a bank statement. And I have this checklist that I can, send out to you guys. They'll ask for your bank statement. They'll ask for your paycheck stub. And they'll ask for a hardship letter. So they want a collection and a combination of things, right? And so they're looking for the pay stubs and bank statements to verify that you have income coming into the household. Okay. To verify. If you can verify that you have it coming into the household, they're willing to take that and modify your loan based upon the amount of income that's coming into the home. They don't want the property back. They don't. They're incentivized to work with us. Okay. So in this case, what Priscilla and her group would do, they would go and they would work with the seller and say, hey, look, we're going to do this and it's going to benefit you this way. We're going to save your credit, not going to experience a foreclosure, and you're going to be able to sleep at night. You're no longer going to get all those letters in the mail, the phone calls. Everything is going to stop. We're going to handle that for you. Priscilla's in, hey, we get a property that we've just invested some time, and now we can, instantly have an infinity amount of return. Because if they get into it with $0 out of their pocket, whatever they make is all positive from there.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah. Yes.
And I think what I was wondering about is how motivated are they? Because I know I got $30,000 behind. And I went to, I could tell my story, but with another venue here, but literally, if they, I kind of think, well, if they come back with a loan modification for them to say, and they're okay with doing that, you want them, I guess you got to figure out how motivated are they? Where are they going to be?
How motivated is who?
The sellers, because they're doing a loan modification. I would hate for them to come back and go, hey, look, guess what? We got this payment, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just playing devil's advocate here, not to be, but I've been there. Trust me. I'm just trying to figure out.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And I'm open-minded, so I'm here to learn.
The approach that we take is the hands-on approach. So whenever we come to you, it's, hey, Miss Diana, Miss Wood, this is what we're going to do. We're going to handle all of the paperwork. Okay. We're going to handle the entire process. Whenever we reach out to you, it's to do one of two things. It's to explain to you where we're at in the process, or to send you a document that we're going to need your signature and approval.
Good deal. Okay.
That is it.
That was my next question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was like, is there a point here where she would be able to just do the deed, the deed thing, and you know what I'm talking about, the doc,
yes.
Just making an offer for the deed and dealing with all of it to not make it so messy. And at my point, see, I was in a position where I wasn't able to make that payment. So that's where I was. That's why the question came up.
No, absolutely. And there is to where she can do the deed, but whenever you're working with the modifications, you don't want to change ownership of that deed until the bank has done their title search. Because the bank, before they modify, they're going to do their title search. And if they notice that the name has changed, they're going to ask for verification of why the name has changed and additional documents. Now, there are ways around that too. There are ways around that. This is why I really love this subject. Really love this subject, but I want to see here if I can. Yep. All right. So I'm going to share this with you because I guess let me back this up here. For those of us who are not familiar with what we're discussing, we have a seller who's behind on their mortgage. They're facing foreclosure. They need help. Priscilla has a solution of, hey, we would like to help you with this issue that you have. Do you still want to retain ownership of the property? In this case, the owner has moved to another state, which is a green light. It's a jackpot. It's a yes. Woohoo! I mean, it's like touchdown. Yeah. You know, that's a game winning shot.
For sure.
We're like, hey, we're going to help you and we're going to resolve this issue with your help. But your involvement is going to be very minimal, but extremely critical to the success of it. Okay. So now Priscilla, they go through, they do the documentation, they submit it to the bank, you know, on behalf of the owner. From there, they speak and negotiate and converse with the bank to come up with some new terms. Once the new terms have been agreed to, they're going to mail you documentation, right? So from there, and I'll show you guys something here. So this is a loan that I personally modified. This is why, if you guys are wanting to get in real estate, you have to join our group. You have to, because this is what's going to set you guys apart from other real estate investors out there. It's going to allow you and afford you the opportunity to grow your business at a steady pace versus growing stop. You know, you're going to continue to grow at a steady pace. Here's a property that I actually modified this loan. It's been about 2 months now. So you take a look right here. It states beginning November 1, 2020. And on the first day of each month, my new payment is going to be $285. $285. Now, granted, guys, this guy here, he too was $30,000 behind. $30,000 behind. I went in, modified his loan. We put him on a temporary forbearance. I worked with the bank, and now I have this $285 payment for 6 months. At the end of 6 months, the mortgage goes up to like $1,100. You know how much I rent that property out for? $1,500. What's even more sexier about this house? It cost me $800 to get it rent ready. $800. What makes it even more sexier? The tenant that's in the house brought me $1,000 deposit. What makes it even more sexier? And he brought me $1,500 for the first month rent. So I, from being in a position of understanding this process and building trust, and and knowing what I'm doing, I was able to get this property. It's the mortgage balance $180,000. I could sell this house right now for $230,000. So for me solving this problem, I made $60,000. For me, and you guys can do the exact same thing. It's way too much real estate for Joe, for Priscilla, for LT, for Ms. Woods, for us just to, not be able to share this information with you guys. Way too much real estate. So whenever you look at,
I like that. I really like that because that's the first time I've heard of, and I can't say I've heard a lot, but kudos to you for working with the mortgage company and making that work. That's awesome.
yeah, thank you. And you know, the best part about this transaction is that this guy here is a military vet,
Oh,
moved
Right.
to another state as well, And when we spoke, all he mentioned was, hey, you know, yeah, eventually I'd like to buy another home. And you know what I asked him? I said, hey, what if I can fix this problem here? Then after it's fixed, get you approved where you can go buy another house immediately.
that's what I was about to say.
And he was like, how are you going to do that?
Yeah. Get him a new place.
How are you going to do that? I broke it down. This is our steps. So, and this is our steps, and he's deeded the property over.
That's awesome.
I have mine. He has his. He's happy.
Yeah,
that's
happy. Great.
You know, and here's the thing. I'm not refinancing this loan because hell, I got 3% interest rate.
Right.
Okay.
No, if I go put it in a commercial loan, I'm gonna get 5%.
No, yeah.
I have somebody who's trying to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Go tell us about
to do like there's someone who I found doing a seller finance for like a property is about 60,000, and it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. It's a good area, and they want about 10% down.
Okay.
So I'm like strapped for cash. So I'm trying to think about how I can get it going because my last deal fell through, and my financing didn't go well. So that kind of backed out.
It happens. So
I'm trying to figure out how I can get a cash buyer for this one because it seems to be really good. And I'm thinking I can get that on a VRBO or an Airbnb, like straight after, but it needs just a little bit of work. So I was trying to figure out how I can get a deal with this woman to see if I can get maybe down to like a 5% down. What do you think?
Well, what I think is that the money is in this case here, the money is not the challenge.
Okay.
The network, your network is the challenge. You gotta have the proper network, the proper assistance. Boom, you can close this deal. I know you and I were supposed to speak last week. This week, we're gonna commit to each other. Me committing to you right now. Hey, we're gonna speak tomorrow. Okay. This opportunity here that you're presenting, it can go in so many different ways. All right. So here are a couple different scenarios. One, we go back to, hey, we have this perfect opportunity, but we don't have the capital, right? So you don't have to have the capital, but if you know someone that does have the capital, you can utilize that, leverage them to help you get what you want, and then they can get what they want, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Right. That's one way. Other way is, renegotiating the terms with the seller. Hey, seller, I want this property here, and here's one, because I love giving out the information. We want this property. We're excited about it. We want to do this deal. Here's the challenge. Your property is going to need, I'm just using this number here. Your property is going to need $10,000. Okay. So this is what we're asking. Do you own the property free and clear? Do you know what they do, Jen?
They do.
Okay. You own the property free and clear. This is what we're going to ask. We're going to ask that you give us the opportunity to go in here, invest the money to fix up the property. Okay. Let us get it rented out. And once we get it rented out, that's when our first payment start to come to you. We got to invest $10,000 into this property. That if we have to go 10% down plus the $10,000, the numbers just don't work for you, for us, for no one. We want to make sure we're fair to you, we're fair to the business, and ultimately we can get someone in here and beautify this property. So that's an option. But it's and when I say getting with the proper coaching network, man, you see the difference there?
Yeah, I do.
Smokes, right? Holy smoke.
I'm telling you.
Like this stuff is like so fun when it comes to negotiating with homeowners, to help them get what they want. And at the end, we get what we want. We get what we want. And these sellers here, do you know if they own any other properties, or is this the only one?
It's out of a portfolio deal. So
Oh.
I actually started looking at a guy who had a portfolio of 4, and he wants over the top, like he wants 150 over the value of what his properties are, but they're all rented out. 2 of them are Section 8, 2 of them are cash. 2 of them been there for about 8 years, so they know that they're going to continue to be there.
Right.
But his property values altogether, all 4 of them, their townhouses, is $350,000, and he wants $545,000.
So
that's too much.
Sense. It makes sense because
I told him the lowest I could probably go is $450, and he's like, I could probably do that if it's cash. And I'm like, hold your thought.
Hey, I like it. I like it. No.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
You tell him, look, I want to give you exactly what you're asking for. How much you want? 500,000? Deal. Let's do it. Now, are you willing to accept your payments over a period of time?
No, he's retiring. He's trying to get out the game. His kids doesn't, exactly what you were saying before. His kids don't want to take over. His wife is getting too sick, so she doesn't want to do it. He already just had hip surgery, because I was talking about it last year to him when he was trying to get rid of a property of 10, and now he has a bundle of 6, but this one he only wants to get rid of the bundle of 4, and they're all at the same price.
Right. Now let's make it even sexier. It's just about keep going. Hey, all right. So you don't want to take your payments over a period of time. Okay, perfect. I tell you what would make sense if I gave you some money down, what would make sense for you to consider doing that? And he may say, all right, because my thing is, hey, if I offer you a cash price and we walk in here with a check, it's going to be far from the number you want. I want to get you as close to that number as we possibly can. That's it. So if we did that, what would make sense? And you just start the dialogue, the dialogue going back and forth. It doesn't mean that you're going to get the deal. But what it does mean is that, hey, you're going to exalt every, angle, effort that you possibly can to, come to an agreement, to some terms. And here's the thing, he may get rid of 3 of them and have that one little ugly duckling that's left and say, gentlemen, look, come take this. And you like, okay. Right. What do I do? You pick up the phone. Joe. You call Coach Joe, you call Coach Williams. Hey, you call Priscilla, you call, whoever's network you're in. Boom, walk you through it.
Right. So the next thing I'm gonna add on, let me piggyback on that. So what I would tell you to do is keep in touch with him. Make sure you build a relationship. Find out what he like to talk about and talk about the things he like to talk about, and let him just talk, or her, whomever. People don't do business. People do business with who they like and know, right? So they don't know you. They won't give you the same deal they're gonna give somebody else. And I definitely build relationships with everyone I meet, regardless if they have the money now or they don't have the money, regardless if they acting like they want to sell now, they don't. You just have to build a rapport. And once you build a rapport, good things happen later. So definitely keep in touch with that person. You be the person that call and just say, I'm just checking on you, seeing how your day is. Hey, you want to just go for coffee or something like that? Hey, you want to meet and just talk about how you got started? Those type of things that make a big difference. And that seller, before you know it, because you took an interest in them, they'll probably give you a great deal just because of that.
All right. Yep. I hope so.
You ain't got
he's been hearing from me for like the past 2 weeks. He's been hearing from me. And he just like, man, if you're not going to give me my cash that I want. And I'm like, I got lower. So I'm like, yes. Like he kind of said yes to 450. I'm like, all right, that's better than 550. So what you talking? Like, maybe I can get him down to 4. Just, in the next couple of days.
Just build a relationship, build a rapport. Yeah. Building a rapport is the most important thing you can do with anybody, because even if you can't help that person, if you build a rapport with that person and somebody else have a problem, then they may refer you to them.
Ooh. True indeed.
Oh. All right. I love that right there. I mean, because look, this is what this platform is for. Yes, we could have some actual, topics to discuss where we have a laid out, message for the night. And also it may be opportunity where, hey, we have to boycott that, because our people, hey, look, they have real life scenarios that they need assistance with. at the end of the day, beginning of the day, that's what it's about. It's not our agenda. It's what you guys actually need. You know, you guys have been with us before, you know, hey, I'll go through a PowerPoint, make some presentations. But in this scenario here, Ms. Woods had some valuable information and some questions. Priscilla, the exact same thing. Now, Janet, you know, hey, so this is what we're here for. Join our network, get that one-on-one access to us, that one-on-one coaching. And I can promise you, you guys won't be sorry. You know, we can do everything except take the action for you. You take the action, we're going to definitely give you the plan. All right. And we're going to walk you through it and hold your hand through the process. So, yeah. So do you have anything else out there, LT?
Yeah. Someone asked, where do you find those people that are motivated to sell? Basically, I think that's what they were asking.
Okay.
You can find them all kind of ways. I mean, go to any barbershop, beauty shop.
Well, no, absolutely. Let's see who asked that question.
I got to scroll back up. I've been typing in and making the thing get longer.
If you're on here, if you ask that question, can you let us know, you know, exactly, I guess, can you ask that question so I can, or myself, we can, gone. You know, probably answer.
Yeah, she's gone. Letitia did.
Okay, Letitia, she answered it. Okay. So because it's, I'm not sure if they're asking, hey, where do you find, you know, great opportunities for, you know, seller finance, for, you know, pre-foreclosures, you know, not sure what they were looking for.
All right.
I think it's just a list to prospect from, like, you know, any kind of deals, which some of these folks, I mean, granted, I know more than maybe, I mean, just for sales, I don't know more than anybody. I'm just saying, but the list, like, I'm trying to figure out how to hone down online, getting like the list that we need just to start kind of reaching out to people and who to market to.
So first, Diana, what are you trying to market for? What you trying to do with them?
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to basically, well, and that's the other thing, which I was hoping, I've been trying to look at folks that I could get someone to work with me to mentor. And I'm talking about, you know, I don't mean spending tons and tons of time. I just mean let me shadow someone and I would split my deals. I would like, it's kind of like a subject too, if you will. I would
you in
split,
a JV.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I
I'm
just want to
jumping
like
in. You
say,
see me? Hey.
I bring in a deal. Okay, I bring in a really good deal or whatever. We split it 50-50 for however long, just to teach me just a little bit of initial, you know, stuff that I need, the contracts and things of that nature, and how to go get I know how to get lists. I've been selling all my life, but I don't know how to get the online current things that save time, where you can go right to the source of who we're trying to market to. I do know about signs and all the other stuff, but I'm talking about calling on people, you know, or knowing where to target.
Are you trying to assist with rental property? Are you trying to be a portfolio up? Are you trying to do wholesaling? What are you trying to do?
Wholesale. Well, I wanted to start out with wholesaling, but if I get a wholesaling deal that I feel like that, hey, you know what, someone can partner in with me and make more money between the both of us if I just went and sold it to somebody. I mean, I know that sounds kind of crazy to people sometimes, but when you're doing a numbers game with sales, you run into a lot of unusual things, unique stuff. So I want to be able to have a solution. If I don't have that solution for that person right then, I want to be able to bring in a partner to get the solution or to be able to help that person without having to just have a exit strategy, if that makes sense.
So the easiest way to do that, and I'm going to just give you a really simple way. First, you can go to Zillow for sale by owners. Hold on, let's go backwards. First, get with a real estate agent and pull a cash.
Yeah, and get on
list.
The MLS. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, get a cash list of whoever bought houses in a certain zip code, right? Then you go on Zillow and you can go for sale by owner. And if they have a house that's been in that same zip code for over 200 days, over 300 days, a long time, you have a person that's saying that, hey, they're buying houses cash in that zip code. Now all you gotta do is just get with that person that's saying for sale by owner, find out why they don't want to sell with a real estate agent, find out what's their pushback, and say, hey, if I can help you sell this property, get rid of this property, then would you be willing to do business with me? Get a contract with that person, then
Sure.
hey, contact that person that's buying cash houses.
Okay. And I think I'm thinking also about like current, maybe obituary, you know, things of that nature that are just public records. But again, when you do that, you run the risk of having these people are inundated with people that are calling. So that's what I'm trying to avoid as well.
So the thing about what I'm trying to get you is find your buyers first. The easiest way to start wholesaling is to have an end buyer. If you have a buyer on the back end and they tell you exactly what they're looking for, then when you go out there talking to the different sellers, you're finding what the buyer want, like a true wholesaler is supposed to do.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And to find the buyer is why I'm trying to say so if you're trying to just call on people that have recently been, you know, there's an obituary or there's just been changes in their life. They've got I don't want to go on a foreclosure list, but you just have there's public records, I guess, that have lists of things that have happened to people that could be a motivated buyer I'm thinking motivated seller because that's what I'm concerned about, because I have people that I know that I could put together that would buy. It's just the problem. I just want to find out exactly how to hone on who I'm trying to actually be, you know, the person that's just very motivated to want to sell the property. That was my concern, but.
Yeah, and I would say on Craigslist, you got Craigslist out there. You go to for sale by owners on Craigslist. Mm-hmm. Find the people that's giving you their phone number. See, I'm trying to keep you save your money, because one thing about it is if you go skip tracing and trying to figure out phone numbers, now you're spending money and you're spending time.
No, that's not what I want to do at all. Yeah, I got that part for sure. I've cold called all my life in sales, and so I'm just trying to kind of hone down on how I would start to just try to find folks, but I'm getting a good idea.
Yeah, the best thing I would say, find for sale by owners, because they phone number going to be there. You know they want to sell, and you heard they advertising their house for sale by owner. Yeah. Find out why they're not using a realtor. First question. Why you're feeling like you need to sell it for yourself. And then once you find out why they're not using a realtor, make sure you use that reason why they should choose you. And then make sure you don't make the same mistake that they don't like the realtor for. They want to use you.
Exactly. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right. Look, the time is 10:07. We're 7 minutes over. I put Coach Joe information, his email, his Facebook, his Twitter, Instagram, and whatever else over there. I put my information over there too. Look, make sure you like us on Facebook and all that stuff, but join our groups. Several people ask, how can they reach out to us? How can they get the book when the book release? Look, I got to get back with the people that's marketing my book and stuff, and we got to get it started. Hopefully, I'm thinking on the first of the year, no later than Valentine's Day. Maybe that'd be a good Valentine's Day gift. I don't know. Real estate book for Valentine's Day. I think that man get kicked out the house. But look, it's gonna come out. I mean, I listened to my book today. It sounds great. Joe liking his book. I know he's going through a couple editing too as well. Joe's more strictly about, hey, subject to. Mine is a little big picture of the whole thing to get you started, give you a little picture on how not to fail. When you fail, you fall forward basically, and you learn from your mistakes, and it keep you from making the same mistakes I'm making. I reference all these different people: Robert Kiyosaki, Dean Garziowski, Morris Clayton, and Kobe Spiber and Thamar. I mean, I learned from all of them, so I listen to everybody, and I kind of put a little bit of everybody information in my book. But so just link up to us, and coaching program will start at the first of the year. We're trying to get as many people started as possible, and have it small where we can still be one-on-one. And that's the difference between our coaching program and anybody else. You get actual me and Joe, and we're here for you, and we're here to assist you. We want you to win, learn, earn, and return. We want you to learn from us, earn some money, and then return back to make more money and teach somebody else. That's the goal. Each one, teach one, grow one, love one, help one, inspire one, what have you. That's all I got, Joe. What you got?
He's gone.
Joe ain't gone nowhere. He did.
Oh,
He
right
dropped off
there.
on me. He over there making some money probably. Hey, look, he was on a call when he came on, so that's why he got on late, because he was on a call making money. He's serious about what he's saying. We share our contacts. We share our
I
information.
believe in it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Oh, there's Joe right there.
Yeah, I'm right here. She said she believe us. No, ultimately, I want to thank all you guys for, joining us this evening here. It was a lot of other things that you guys could be doing, but you chose to spend this time with us. And trust me, guys, we're very committed to this process, to each other, to you guys, as we would like to toast everyone one day, to their success. And here you've already took the first steps, taken the first steps. So, definitely continue to be, a pillar in your community, continue to take action. Anything that you guys need directly before we even, get things taken off at the first of the year. That's why I'm here. That's why we're here. That's it. As a good book say, hey, all you need to do is touch the heel of his garment. All right, that's all you got to do. Touch the heel of Coach Williams' garment, and I can promise you your life shall be blessed. All right, so that's it for me tonight. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Much love, much respect. Next week, same time, same channel, every single Monday night, we'll meet here. Also, if you got questions of our particular opportunity, something that's going on, bring it to us at that time. We can discuss it. If it's something major, DM me on Instagram or email me, and we can actually prepare a presentation about it. So thank you guys so much once again. And until next week, you guys be easy.
Hey, Joe,
Yes,
LT, can I say something before you guys sign off? This is not real estate related at all.
Okay.
But I just wanted to share with everybody on here. I think LT kind of already knows, but I am an independent filmmaker, I'm a writer, producer, director, and I have a short film that is premiering on December the 1st on the Louisiana Film Channel. So I wanted to make sure to let everybody know that my movie's coming out. If you don't already watch and subscribe to content on the Louisiana Film Channel, download the app by December the 1st and check out my short film, High School Honeys. I'm going to be posting stuff about it on social media, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So some of my commercials will start playing for that in Louisiana, and some social media marketing and stuff will be going on. But
that is like so amazing. So amazing. Hey, LT, we ain't done nothing.
We got her on the team. We got her on the team.
We done put some words
on the team.
Look, we done put some words together. We got, hey, look, our subject verb agreements they ain't matching up. They ain't, you know what I mean? Priscilla, man, she got the Golden Globe, the Emmy going on. Okay.
Come on.
Look, we're your biggest fans. We are. If you had a red carpet, I could promise you, if both of us wasn't there, one of us would definitely be there to represent. We're so happy for what you have going on, and thank you for including us and this group here, so we can celebrate this success while you're here. And so December 1st is when it's coming out.
December 1st, the Louisiana Film Channel, louisianafilmchannel.com.
All right, yeah, there we go. I'm on the Facebook
all over the world.
Just liked it. Yep. Oh, all right. Well, this is exciting.
And next time we will have the red carpet. Next one will be a red carpet premiere.
Well, hey, look. Well, hey, let me know. Hey, look, I'm looking for a reason to put on a bow tie.
You're a capper. You don't need a reason.
I wake up and got a reason, huh? All right. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, guys. Y'all take care.
All right.
All right.
Night.
Later, guys.